I turn 26 tomorrow and I have nothing to show for it. I thought I would be divorced by now. You know, I thought I'd marry my high school sweetheart and we'd be together for a couple of years. We'd buy a house, adopt a dog. And one day I'd come home from work and I'd see him bent over a pool chair getting fucked by the pool boy. And I would say, Christopher, dear God. And he'd say, Sarah, I can explain. And I'd say, no need, finish up out here and then meet me inside. And he'd come waddling in with that load in his butt, that look on his face. And he'd say, Sarah. And I'd say, no, shut up. You know Marissa from work? We've actually been fucking for a year. So this is perfect. Say, no kidding. And I would say, yeah, you know that night at church we actually fucked in front of the nativity scene? And he would say, wow. And you know, we get divorced and it'd be amicable except for the dog. We both like to travel a lot, so we get her every other weekend. But you know, none of that's true. I'm 26, no gay ex-husband, no dog I resent. I can fly to Cozumel with my bitches whenever I want. My life doesn't feel like I'm on track. It sucks. I've been thinking about this a lot because I'm getting older, but I don't really want to get married. And if I do get married, I don't really want to marry a man. And I don't want to get pregnant because the idea of something growing inside my body repulses me to my core, but I don't mind my partner getting pregnant or us adopting. But I see my straight friends getting married and having kids, and I think to myself, oh my God, I'm so far behind. But then I think about it like this. Straight people who want to get married and have kids are running on a fixed track, like at the gym. So they'll run one lap, they'll, you know, get married, and that's a quarter of a mile. And they know how far they've gotten, and they know how far they have to go. But LGBTQ, people who don't want to get married, people who don't want to have kids, are running a separate path through the woods, and no path is alike. So we think since there is no established marker, you know, we don't realize that we've reached a quarter of a mile. You know, my quarter of a mile may be a tree, and yours may be like a rock that you see. But we think that we haven't gotten far because we're measuring ourselves by how straight people measure themselves, or straight people who want kids who are married, when we've gotten just as far. But, you know, does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. I'm not shitting on straight people who want to get married and have kids. You know, I feel really bad for them because society has this fixed path, and if they're not making great time, they are measuring their progress by the how fast other people are running, you know, sort of thing. And I am, you know, I'm like, fuck, I haven't met anyone. I'm not married, so I haven't reached the first, you know, loop within the mile. But then I realized I will never make a loop. I'm running through the woods. I'm running on a dirt road, and my quarter mile marker is probably a hat that some other non-binary person who didn't want to get married or have kids left for me to see, but I just missed it. Because I don't want to get married and have kids, and I don't. I'm not married and I don't have kids. So I'm actually making great time, so I don't know why I'm measuring myself, like why I'm expecting to make a loop anytime now. I don't need to, I don't want to, and yeah. A lot of people really like this, and I think it's really nice. You know, we measure our lives by heteronormative standards. You know, grow up, meet someone nice, get a nice job, marry, have kids. You know, we have all these heteronormative mile markers, and some of us are, maybe some of you may be straight, but you may be infertile or you may be divorced, and you think that like, oh, I'm never gonna catch up with these people. But all of us, everyone else not fit the gym track, is running on the sidewalk or through the woods or something like that. And a lot of us have reached like quarter mile markers, half mile markers, we just haven't noticed. Coming out is a quarter mile marker. Realizing that you're gay very early on in your life is incredible. There are people who are like 60 now, just now realizing that they're gay. That is a huge mile marker. You know, that's insane.